imagine my surprise when I found out from my good buddy that if you leave your air compressor plugged in, that it's actually a death wish and you're trying to kill your whole family. I never really thought about that. I've had my air compressor plugged in for 24 years. Well, so far I've dodged a bullet. But forewarned is forearmed. And I want to be armed, I think. So, today we're going to make a remotely activated compressor switch, aka a plug-in inline contactor. So here's the idea. We are going to build this outlet up and use this cord to plug it into the wall. Plug the air compressor into here. Power comes through the cord into the air compressor works. But it's going to have another cord coming out. This cord is going to come out and is going to lead to one of the light sockets. You know how you can put a little adapter on a light socket to plug something in? Well, this cord is going to lead to a light socket. And the only purpose of this cord is to act as a signal. So when this cord is energized, it will activate this transformer. This 24 volt transformer will turn on this contactor. The contactor will be between the wall cord and the outlet. As a result, if the basement light is on, then the air compressor can run. And if the basement light is off, then the air compressor is unplugged. So, I know you're going to ask the question. Go ahead, ask it. Why don't you just plug the air compressor into the light? It's funny you should ask that. The reason we don't do that is because the lights are supplied using a circuit that is rated for running lights. It's generally a 14 gauge wire, which is good for something like 15 amps. Now you can put a whole lot of 60 watt light bulbs on a 15 amp circuit without the slightest hesitation. But the air compressor is a 1.5 horsepower motor, and it draws something like 12 or 15 amps all by itself. So if I plug the air compressor into the light circuit, I'm going to overload the circuit and, wait for it, burn the house down. And that's what we're trying to avoid. The whole point of the project is to avoid house down burning. So, the rest is just in doing. Enjoy. First thing we have to do is get our cords plugged into our box. We have this big fat cord. Alright, so voila. Alright, so there is cable 1. Too small for that. Oh, but just right for that. Alright, fine, we'll use this. Just reusing this hole because I happen to have this clip that fits it very nicely. It's probably bigger than it's really intended to be, blah blah blah. But you know, it's close enough. Alright, we're going to use this because I want to use something that's not grounded and it just hurts my heart. Clip the ground off of something. Although it might fit better. Alright, fine. Talk me into it.
Okay, very nice. Next, the ground will go there, and then this hot is what's going to be switched. Here's a nice ground too. switch to ground the entire case. That needs to be stripped back a little more. In fact, I need some more free wire there, so strip it back a little more. There we go. Now we got something to work with.
There, and here. These are fairly substantial. So I need to put down the yellow and pick up the red. The coil on this contactor is DC, but it doesn't care about the polarity, which I thought was interesting. Clearly they've somehow used a diode to make it agnostic. Not really sure. All I know is that the coil works if you apply the voltage to either terminal in either polarity. Well, apply the voltage to both terminals in either polarity is what I mean to say. Getting all this stuff to fit in here, that is going to be the challenge. I think a little tape around there would be good just to keep it from shorting that hot wire out to the case. We're hoping and assuming that there's room for all this stuff in here.
It is definitely going to be tight. So that has to go like that, so this would be better on one of these sides. So maybe I can put it over here. Like that. Like that.
Oh yeah. That will screw down very nicely, thank you very much. But I'm going to need a lot longer screw than that. Let's see if I can produce a longer screw. Right on my little screw container, 1032, that's what that is. Alright, so I went and got another cord. One that hasn't been cut in half and butchered. So, that's locked down. We need a zip tie. And there we go. Now it's zip tied on. Floppy. Okay. So, here's how this works. It's all hooked up to the little relay contactor in there. So, let's try it with the table saw, shall we? Make the blade safe. There we go. Table saw works. Table saw works. Plug in the table saw to our new little box. Like so. Now, we plug in our little box to our nice extension cord, like so. Table saw on, nothing happens. Why is nothing happening? Because this cord has to have power. It thinks the basement lights are off right now. So now we have to find a way to make the box think that the basement lights are on. Alright, so here is our main power. Does the table saw work? Does not work. But what if we turn on the basement lights by giving power to this wire? How about now? How about if the table saw is running and then I unplug the cord, which is to say, turn off the basement lights. Voila! There you have it. Power sensing relay switch. Thanks for watching.